everyone who's not in this room to try.
We will. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. I like this one.
What's up, everyone? It's right here in the dear back of the video, and finally another Avengers Endgame trailer has dropped, and this one is by far the best one yet. I was super excited when I actually saw this one, and I'm gonna be breaking it down. Sorry it took a few days, but I just really wanted to make this one good because by far it's the best trailer. But before we get into it, spoilers for all the past MCU films, including possibly Captain Marvel if you have not seen it. So all of the MCU films, if you have not seen them, click off, please. Please click off if you have not seen any of the MCU films at all. Just please click off because we'll probably be talking about spoilers. Okay, so this trailer actually starts off with Tony Stark actually saying, "Gosh, it feels like 1,000 years ago when I fought my way out of that cave and became Iron Man," and then we also get to see a flashback of him. Okay, so right off the bat, you can basically tell that this is actually a flashback from an old movie, but if you remember, the Phase 1 days of Marvel, you'll actually remember this is actually a flashback to, when Iron Man actually built his first set of Iron Man armor in the 2008 Iron Man movie, and he actually escaped that cave and actually, fought his way out, and then he actually crashed his suit, and this is, the flashback of that scene. Well, it seems like Iron Man 2008 is going to actually be connected to Avengers Endgame, not because of this scene, because in another, Avengers Endgame trailer, we actually got to see, Tony Stark actually sort of, building something, and Nebula is actually supplying parts, and it seems like he's going to be doing the same thing he did in Iron Man 2008, when he's actually going to get out of that cave, and actually just, instead of fighting his way out, he's actually going to build his way out. Well, then moving on the trailer, we actually get to see another scene of a flashback from a previous Marvel movie, and this is actually a little building saying United States Armed Services Recruitment. And I'm not sure what this is actually from. It's actually from the first Captain America movie, where you'd actually get to see Steve Rogers before he actually got the super soldier serum, and you'd actually get to see him actually trying to go in here and actually trying to do his part for the military. Then you actually get to move to the current timeline, where you actually get to see, the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, the Benatar, floating in space, and it seems like it still doesn't have power, or, food or water, and it seems like Tony Stark is still stranded aboard. So then you actually get to see Tony Stark again, and we actually get to hear him say more stuff than he previously did, saying, I said that there would be no more surprises, but really, I was hoping, to pull off one last one, and that really reminds you, hey, this dude actually loves adventures and stuff, because it seems like whenever he, actually wants to retire, every time it seems like he wants to retire, he doesn't. He, comes back. So yes, I thought this was a little funny. It's of course he wanted to do one more adventure. So then you actually get to see Captain America or Steve Rogers at the Therapy Center that we actually got to see in previous, Avengers Endgame trailers, and you actually get to hear, a voiceover of what looks like or seems like to be Peggy Carter saying, we can never go back, but this could point to the fact that they might use time travel in this movie, so this might be another, confirmation for it. So then you actually get to see a clip of Clint Barton, or Hawkeye, actually now trying to teach his daughter how to shoot the bow and arrow, potentially setting up a new Avenger for, potential, MCU movies to come, because it seems like Cassie Lang, Ant-Man's daughter, could be, the next Ant-Man, so maybe she could be the next Hawkeye. Then you actually get to see Clint Barton in, the present timeline, or Ronin as he's now called, and it seems like we actually get to see more of his armor now. We really didn't get to see much of him, in the past, previous Avengers Endgame trailers, but now we actually get to see more of his armor and stuff, so yes, that was pretty cool. Then in the next shot, we actually get to see Black Widow actually talking to Steve Rogers, but the main thing is she actually has changed her hair. It's longer, it's red now, and it seems like a little bit of blonde is left because she did have short hair in Infinity War, and it was also blonde, so it seems like she's going back to red, which is good. Then you actually get to see Scott Lang, and it seems like he's out of the quantum realm. So I'm guessing in like the final film, he'll probably make it out of like the quantum realm pretty fast, like in the early part of the film. And then you actually get to see him on Earth, and it looks like he's confused because he's looking at like a whole bunch of missing posters because people were probably like caught in the snap when Thanos actually snapped his fingers. And there's a whole bunch of like houses with like green growing on them now because again, they might not be living there because they were caught in the snap. And you actually get to see Black Widow and Ronan on this like ship, and a lot of people are actually saying this could be like the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, the Benatar, and it seems like all of them could be going on like a final mission to defeat Thanos, or it could also be a Quinjet. I'm not sure. Leave your comments down below. Then you actually get to see a really cool shout. We actually get to see a superhero team up of Rocket Raccoon and War Machine. But the cool thing is, both of them have new suits. Because if you look at War Machine, he actually has like a lot more bulkier suit. Like because if you actually look at like the Super Bowl Endgame trailer, you can actually see like one that's less bulkier. So this could be like the Thanos Buster. But if you look at Rocket, this is actually like a classic like comic book reference. Because in the comics, all the Guardians actually have like these blue suits with red. And this is actually a classic like suit for him. Like it's a classic like Guardians of the Galaxy suit for him. And we also got to see that in the last trailer. So yes, it's very exciting to see these two actually teaming up with like Rocket on War Machine's shoulder. So yes, I'm really excited to see who else will team up. Then you actually get to see Thor all suited up with the same armor that he had in Infinity War, and I don't know about this, but it seems like this is like the same setting from like when he arrived in Wakanda, but I'm guessing it might not be, but it might be a flashback, or it could be like another scene in this movie that does look like the Battle of Wakanda scene. Then you actually get to see Nebula in the next shot, and you actually get to see her actually like pull out her weapons as well as batons, and then she actually charges at something, which is probably Thanos. But the key thing is the background, and I'll explain that in another shot because it actually does pop up later in the trailer. So then you actually get to see Ronan again, and he's actually in this red hallway, and then he actually like spins around and actually is about to like fire his bow. But the key thing again is the background, because if you actually look at those red lights in like the past Super Bowl trailer, like he was also exploring like the wreckage with like a red light like beaming on his face. So this will probably be the same location. Then you actually get to see Captain America actually strapping on the shield, and it seems like this is an old shield because like previously he could like magnetize his shields thanks to Tony Stark, but it seems like this is an old one. Then we actually get to see him in full uniform, and it seems like he's on the same planet as Nebula is, and you actually get to see he's like in some sort of war with someone, probably Thanos, but then you also get to see that he has like some sort of new uniform different from like Infinity War. This is probably the Winter Soldier outfit because we've seen that in the past trailers, and I'm guessing this is probably like the Winter Soldier one because the one you're seeing right here is the Winter Soldier one, and this is like the one we get to see in Avengers Endgame, like at least in the trailer. But this could be a new suit because there are a few scales on this suit, like maybe like meaning that someone maybe invented him a new suit, maybe Bruce Banner, maybe Tony Stark. Leave your comments down below, but seems like this could be a new suit or the Winter Soldier suit, but very cool to actually see him in uniform again. So then you actually get to see a really shocking moment of this trailer. We actually get to see all the Avengers actually walking down Avengers HQ like they're about to leave, but they have new white and red suits, and we actually get to see Captain America first leading them. Then behind Steve Rogers, you can actually see Tony Stark confirming that he actually does make it home to Earth somehow, some way. He probably builds his way out of the situation and actually finds a way home, and of course he also has this red and white suit. Well then, after Iron Man or Tony Stark, we actually get to see Nebula and Scott Lang, also known as Ant-Man, actually following behind him, and of course, they have like the red and white suits as well. So then, following Scott Lang and Nebula, we actually get to see War Machine and Ronan with their like white and red suits, and Rhodey, aka War Machine's like armor is bigger because he probably still has his Iron Man armor on. I'm guessing all of them probably still have their same armor on, and this is like why like War Machine's armor is bigger than the others, because he still probably has his armor on under this suit. And then behind Ronan and War Machine, we actually get to see Black Widow and Thor. Now, I'm pretty sure you can't see Thor, but if you actually look behind Black Widow, you can actually see someone's figure, like their hair and stuff. And I'm guessing, since like no one else has like the same hair as Thor, that hair sort of looks like Thor. So I'm guessing the last two are Thor and Black Widow. Plus, we have seen Thor like with like toys and stuff with this armor. So I'm guessing the last one is Thor. Then you actually get to see the classic A actually come back from being dust and like form into an A again. Then you actually get some Avengers music, like the classic, like dun 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 dun, that stuff. And then it actually says like Avengers Endgame. Then you actually get a little post-credit scene of this trailer where you actually get to see Thor actually walk up to Captain Marvel, who has arrived now, and then you actually get to see him actually summon Stormbreaker, like, make it come right to his hand, and then when it does, Captain Marvel just stares at him like, what, is that supposed to scare me or something? But then this Thor just stands there, like, just quietly, and then you actually get to see, like, Captain Marvel actually just stare at him too. Everyone's silent, and then Thor actually says, I like this one. And that's funny because then he smiles, and when we thought he would never smile again, he smiles, which is good to see that he'll probably still have a good side. So yes, we actually get to see him smile, and that's the end of the trailer. So yes, I hope you're all like really excited for Avengers Endgame. I am. We're about 7 or 6 weeks out, and I'm going to be doing lots of theories. One about Captain America, one about those like new suits you actually got to see at the end of this trailer. So yes, I'm really excited, so expect more Avengers Endgame coming your way. So yes, guys, you're all awesome. Thanks for watching the video. If you did, leaving a like would be greatly appreciated. But until next time, guys, hope you all have a great day, and you're all awesome. See you later, guys.